Let's talk about something super frustrating for local business owners. You know you do great work, but for some reason, online, you're basically invisible. We're going to break down exactly why you might not be ranking in your own city, and more importantly, what to do about it.
It's a feeling that's just all too common, right? You're the expert, you know your town, you do the best work, but you're watching competitors, maybe ones that aren't even as good, just get all the phone calls. So what is going on here? Why are they getting found when you're not? Let's get to the bottom of it.
So before we get into the fixes, let's just talk about the problem itself. Because feeling like you're invisible, especially in your own backyard, is a real and honestly an incredibly frustrating challenge.
I mean, think about it. You've poured your heart into this business. You do amazing work, and your customers are happy. But there's this huge disconnect. The phone just isn't ringing the way it should be. And every time you see a competitor's truck drive by, it just feels like another job you lost. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you're not alone. Okay, so here is the absolute key to understanding all of this. Getting found on Google isn't about just having a profile up. It's about winning Google's confidence. You have to think of it like a game of trust, and today we're going to learn the rules. So let's just redefine what local ranking really is. Forget all the complicated tech talk for a second. Just think of it like this. High ranking is simply Google showing how confident it is in recommending your business over every other company out there. Google doesn't reward you for just existing. It rewards you for being trustworthy.
To make this even clearer, let's use an analogy. I want you to imagine Google as the world's most helpful but also the most careful hotel concierge. A customer walks up to the desk and asks for a recommendation. Now, before that concierge even thinks about saying your name, they need to be 100% certain about three really important things.
And that brings us to the very first pillar of confidence: proximity. The concierge needs to know exactly where you are and who you serve. This is all about the where.
So the very first question that Google's asking is about your location. Is your business, without a doubt, the right choice based on where the customer is? And it's not just about being the closest. It's about Google having zero doubt that you are a convenient and logical option for the person who is searching right at this very moment.
So how does Google check this? Well, it's not just one thing. It's looking for a real physical address, not a P.O. box. It's also cross-referencing your name, address, and phone number, we call that NAP for short, across dozens of websites and directories to make sure it's exactly the same everywhere. It also checks that you've clearly spelled out the areas you serve. Any little inconsistency here, it creates doubt.
And this right here, this is the part that costs businesses so much money. If Google's concierge is even a tiny bit confused about where you are, maybe your website has an old address or a directory has the wrong phone number, it's not going to take the risk. It will recommend a competitor it feels more confident about, even if that competitor is actually further away from the customer.
Okay, so once Google is confident about where you are, it moves on to the next pillar: relevance. Now that concierge needs to know exactly what it is you do. This is the what.
The second big question is all about being specific. It's not enough to just be a plumber. If a customer needs emergency water heater repair, Google has to be totally certain that you offer that exact service. The more specific the search, the more confidence Google needs to have in you.
And here's how Google figures it out. The single most important thing is your primary business category. Seriously, choosing garage door repair service instead of something generic like door supplier can make a world of difference. Google then checks this against your detailed list of services, the actual content on your website service pages, and even the keywords you use in your business description. All these details together prove you're the right match.
So, the bottom line here is pretty simple. If your signals for what you do are weak or just too general, you become completely invisible for the very searches that bring in your best customers, the ones who know exactly what they want and are ready to hire you.
All right, let's move on to the third and final pillar, and this one is all about reputation. Google is confident about where you are and what you do. Now it just needs to know, how good are you really? This is all about prominence. This is the final gut check. Before our concierge makes that recommendation, it asks, is this business actually trusted by the local community? Do people say good things about them? Are they a solid, reputable choice? This is where your online reputation becomes a massive ranking factor.
So, how does Google measure this? It looks at a few key things. First, it starts with your reviews. Not just the star rating, but how many you have, and, this is really important, how recently you've gotten them. It also looks for mentions of your business on other trusted local sites.
all of these signals start to build a picture of your authority in the area.
And you've got to know, Google looks at way more than just the stars. Review velocity? That's how often you're getting new reviews. Tells Google you're active and busy right now. When customers use keywords in their reviews like emergency repair, that's powerful proof that you do what you say you do. And when you take the time to respond to those reviews, that signals to Google that you're an engaged professional owner who cares.
So let's put it all together. Look at these two businesses. On the left, we have Business A, the invisible expert. Their address is a little inconsistent online, their services are listed vaguely as general contracting, and yeah, they have 50 great reviews, but the last one was a year ago. Now look at Business B, the trusted choice. Their location info is perfect everywhere. They list specific, high-value services like kitchen remodeling, and they only have 35 reviews, but 3 of them are new this month. Business B has won Google's confidence on all 3 pillars. They are getting the call every single time. So now that we understand the problem, let's talk about the solution. This isn't about chasing some secret algorithm. It's about building a clear, straightforward path to becoming more visible.
It really just boils down to these 3 steps, and each one directly handles one of those pillars of confidence. Number 1, confirm your location. Go through your online presence and make sure every single mention of your address and phone number is 100% accurate and consistent. Number 2, clarify your services. Stop being a generalist and get really specific. And number 3, cultivate your reputation. Create a simple system to ask every single happy customer for a review.
You know, if you take one thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. Stop thinking about SEO as some kind of technical trick you have to play. Start thinking about it as a process of proving to Google through your location, your services, and your reputation that you are, without a doubt, the best and most trustworthy choice for their customer.
We're always breaking down topics just like this one to give you clear, practical insights that can really help you get more calls and book more jobs. So if you found this helpful at all, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out.
And of course, if you'd rather have an expert team just handle all of this for you, you can visit us at Proper Marketers. We specialize in helping great local businesses get the visibility they truly deserve. Thanks for watching.